Hey guys, it's Phantom and welcome back to MMORPG Tycoon 2. Last episode we set up our initial area in our new MMO Ashes of Phantom, and between episodes I worked a little bit on the town. Kinda overdid it, so I guess I wanted to give you guys a tour. So as you can see, this is a spawn point with some woods. To our left we made a nice fenced off area so they don't really have a chance to get in here. There's a little campfire here, which is pretty nice. And then as we continue into town, as you can see, there's already the mill and our landmark. And we can see some NPC interaction. We made an extra inn since we have a lot of players coming online. And, well, yeah, stuff needs to happen. They need to have a home to be able to set. Some food reserves, which are pretty nice. We have a crane here with our crest giver as well, which is, yeah, he's a little bit hidden, so we'll kind of have to work on that. As well as an NPC trainer. Then the beach, we have some rocks with some plants on it, and then we come to our port. So basically what I did was just fence off the area, create some smaller fences, and then put boats in. As you can see, like that, so it looks like we have a port, which is pretty cool, I'd say. Nice little scarecrow on top of the food pile. Then we have some wood reserves, where we're trying to build a ship, but as you can see, that's not really working since it's broken up in 3. This is our respawn point, as well as so the graveyard, as well as some more graves with some more woods, which seemed very nice to do. It's an early starter town, so yeah, woods are never too bad. Then we get into the main gist of the town. Let's head here first. So we have a nice little store here, with some general houses. Figured those were pretty nice to get in. Moving down here, we have our potion store, if I recall correctly, and then there's a little town square with some bigger buildings, which were pretty okay. Big fountain, just very nice off to the beach. And there's our landmarks, that's ideal for them to see. Created some sitting area here so people can just get around and sit a little bit. Seems very nice to do. And then we can have another inn. This was our initial inn that we had. And then we come up to the landmark. Now, I figured this would like serve as a woodcutter's place. So basically he's cutting the logs and then storing them here so the ship can get built and stuff can get then transported out of town. And let's see, for the final area of our town we have this fenced off area where they can train some target practice, do some target practice, archery training. Actually it's more like a crossbow thingy, ballista. But yeah, that's our initial town. It looks very busy. It costs a lot of money, which isn't really the best choice per se early game, but I guess it'll do. And the wall could use some maybe some more decorating, but we'll leave that for now. I think that's fine. We should not overdo it anymore. So yeah, this is our initial town. We also renamed the area to Aylesbury. Seemed like a pretty nice name. But now of course we have to fill in the next regional, the rest of the region a little bit. As well as the fact that we kind of need to choose 1 or 2 more starting points where players would start. Now I'm thinking that we might do that in a different episode. I kind of want to work on finishing this area first so people like it a lot, even though we might lose some subs and players. But for example, this would be a good starter area, and then this could be a good starter area, or maybe this one. Doesn't really matter that much. I mean, the regions are pretty freaking large, as you can see, because I had to downsize or most of the objects. Because if you take a look at, let's see, scenery, trees, and then take a regular tree, as you can see, that is a huge tree, and those trees are all placed here. So basically, I had to downscale to like 0.30, 0.2 in order to get that in. But yeah, now we kind of want to work on the rest of the area. Now there's some crocodiles here. There's some kobolds here, I think. Oh, spiders actually, which are wrong. We probably need to make this a wooded area then for the spiders, and then fill this area out completely. Some more crocodiles, and then I think we have some skeletons here. Yes, and it would be nice to get like an undead town here. That seems like a pretty fun thing to do. So let's work on our spider area first. There's also some other things that I think would be very nice to do. Let's set a monster zone and then spiders. There we go. So what I also figured would be very nice to do would be to place some inns alongside the road, or shops, and not specifically on the road itself, but just close to it. It seems like obviously players are very much so connected on a road, and they want to stay on the road at all times, and I kind of want to draw them off. So that's something we need to consider. Also, a small little town could be here. Just some basic supplies that would be good to pull them out of the early town. These can just be plains, maybe a battlefield of some sort that there was a battle here somewhere, and the players now have to find out who fought here and what happened. Still working on a complete lore story, but we'll get to that later on. Right, so let's grab some trees then, and let's downscale again. We don't want to place on objects, because that's not really that useful. There we go, and just before we continue, is it surface? Yeah, there we go. Density, we want to do this to crowded, and we'll keep it at level 1, that's fine. Obviously, a lot of players are dying here for some reason, which is quite odd. But yeah, the density is very important. I kind of want to get that as high as we possibly can in order to basically ensure that there are enough NPCs. Don't place them on objects, please. There we go. Let's scale this down to a 0.3. Yeah, that's fine. Is that the same damn tree? No, it isn't. Okay. Very nice. So that looks pretty simple, but it's gonna work. We could place a big ass landmark here. Actually, let's do that. Let's just place a landmark in the middle. So let's remove some trees. Like it's infested by spiders, but there used to be something there, and now it's overgrown. So let's go to buildings, landmarks, and let's see which one we have. Spooky. Seems pretty okay, actually. I like it. We can't make it any bigger, so let's just let's see. There we go. So we don't screw around with many of our trees, and then players will obviously visit that. And then for scenery, we want to go back to trees and then fill it up a little bit. Let's take that doesn't fit. Those are pines, that doesn't really fit. So we have a lot of those already, but we have all trees already, so might as well just go with the initial one. 0.2 is fine. Oh, see, that's what happens when you don't deselect place on objects. You get a tree on a tree, which is not very good. So let's just delete those. There is a little bug in the game where you sometimes don't see the removal bar on top. As you can see, once I remove it, you see the red bar on top. Sometimes that doesn't show up. So hey, but there we go. I think that's pretty okay. Maybe we can get a path in. One thing I would have loved. There we go. That's a nice little path. One thing I would have also loved is that you would be able to choose the width of the path itself. Unfortunately, that's not a possibility, so that's kind of a shame. So that's something we need to keep an eye out once we're actually starting to design large cities, which I initially had planned for this region. It would be like a main hub, so maybe this could be then the starter area, and then starter area 1, then the main city, and then move on to level 2, 3, for example, since this is a little bit of a marshy area. It seems very doom and gloom, so I kind of want to work with a lot of undead characters here. Also, we can upgrade for some reason, so let's see, we have 1 point. Let's go for advertising. There we go. Next feature at 1.1.1. So we're close to that. Let's see. So maybe what we want to do is get some basic walls in, like so. So they have a sense of security. And for this area, I really don't want to get them too far off the road. Wait, that's not good. Let's just extend it a little bit like that. So we go with the curvature a little bit more. There we go, and there we go. Obviously, that means that they have to walk all the way around to get here, but that will also then cost some time. Also, one thing that I noticed that as when they died, what's up with you? Oh. Once they died, and I actually noticed that in the in between episodes, they actually just went past the shoreline, just way back, immediately back into the NPC combat area. So I had to extend this out here as much as I could in order to prevent that. This also did play into the fact that once the ship is actually completed building and then launched, it could then exit here. It's tight, but it's gonna work. So that seemed very nice. Also, obviously, I had to do it at the same on this side as well, because yeah, you don't want to just cheat them around here. This is the road. That's where you have to deal with it. So yeah. Right. So now we have this settled. This seems pretty okay. I think we should not get a tavern. An inn is also not really what we want. So let's just do a spooky shop here. I don't really like the way it looks visually, but we'll take it. Let's just place that there. There we go. And do we want anything else? Well, we don't want a blacksmith there nor potions. I don't think that's a very good idea. We could place a potion shop here on the other side, since they would also have to get up to here. So let's see, maybe place it like so then. There we go. And this was a general purpose store, right? Yeah, it's a general purpose store, so that's very fine. Look at her, look at him, he's fighting. Oh, and now he's dead. That's unfortunate, bro. Now you have to walk all the way from here. There you go. There he is, actually. Currently drunk. Yeah, I noticed, because why are you fighting two monsters at the same time, man? Shouldn't do that. Right, let's see. Now for scenery, for the crocodile area, I think it's going to be very hard. These guys, I kind of want to remove them. I want to design the town itself first, and then we should actually place the skeletons in there. Obviously, let's see, there is a possibility to get more NPCs, but we would need, I think, 1,000 subscribers for that, and we're about halfway there. So unfortunately that's currently not an option, but once we have, we could maybe do like a bandit camp or something like that. We don't want to place elite monsters, so yeah, let's just see if we can remove this. There we go. And then go to scenery. Well, we don't want a building there. We could place a landmark, however. Maybe the watchtower. A watchtower could be nice. What else do we have? The clock tower, wizard spire, elegant spire, lighthouse. Lighthouse is not going to fit. Spooky is not going to fit, so we'll take the watchtower. And then in terms of scenery, we want some structures. Do we have anything that's... yeah, that seems alright, so let's just wait, let's get a road in first. I think that would be much better. Do we want to go from here, or do we want to go from there? We want to go from both sides, actually, so let's go into town like that, and let's go into town like that. And then scenery again, build structures, and we want these blockades. Which ones are better? We could actually work with some traps, just spread them around a little bit, but we'll do that later. Let's see the skill, so we can actually see what we're doing here. It doesn't really matter, does it? Both of them look pretty much the same. That that's a little bit too big, so let's go for 0.7. And then maybe place it like so. And do the same here. There we go. Maybe want some of these guys just in front. Yep, that seems about right. I kind of want to repeat the same here, so 0.7. And there we go, and maybe just like that. Obviously, we want this town to give a feel that it's being defended a little bit, or that that's actually a mast, isn't it? That's a ship mast. That's odd, doesn't fit. It's kind of hard looking at the that's like a align to surface. Let's just place this for a second. Kind of want to see what this is. I think it's just a tent. Yeah, it's a tent. So I could just place some tents here. Maybe some tents in the middle. Let's there we go. Let's get some modulars in here. For example, this seems pretty okay. This seems pretty okay, and then maybe like that. Then we're going to adjust those. We have a door, so we kind of want to just remove the blocks like so. Like so, like so, like so, like so. And then maybe add a block like that. And then could we actually get a path out here? Would that be possible if we just do that? Yes, we could. Very nice. Right, and then what we are going to do is we're going to choose a modular building, and this one, but we are going to make it very, very large. Actually, should have moved that a little bit, but let's build it first. And then what we're going to do is get ourselves a nice elite monster here. So like that. Like, can we actually connect that? Yes, we can. Actually, that's going to work out pretty well. There we go. There we go. And then maybe like that. I think that's enough. Building is too big. Oh, okay. So we can't add any more. Well, that's a shame, but it's fine. Oh, we won an award. What did we win? The best visuals. Okay, very nice. So we actually got into day 2 now. Obviously, we need to keep an eye on our players online because we don't want to lose that much money. But that's pretty good. Could also spend, of course, some money into what's it called? Advertisements. That seems pretty okay. But let's work on some scenery more. These benches are not okay. The cards could actually work a little bit, but I want these cards then. Like that, and maybe like that. And to remove that, do we have some boxes? I think we do. So let's place some boxes around. Just spread them a little bit. Doesn't have to be 100% okay. There's maybe a small little campfire here. Obviously, since this is the main fort, we do want some flags on top of it, so maybe scale that up a little bit, like so, and then maybe scale it up like so. There we go. That seems pretty okay. Then in terms of buildings, obviously we want some big defenses, because yeah, this is where the big guy... Oh, that's not too good. What happened there? We'll remove that. There we go. And then maybe like a trap just on the road there, and a trap on the road there, so players actually have to watch out. Let's see if we can move you. Yes, we can. Okay, let's do it like that. And there we go. And then we should basically fence off the area and then fill it with skeletons, and I think that's okay. What I do want to do is remove this tree. That's just not gonna fit the way I want it to. So let's fence this off. Do we want some decent barricades? No, actually we want these ones. These look pretty okay. So let's just do it like, I don't know, like so. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, that was a double click. I didn't really want to do that, so we'll have to double. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's a shame you can't really continue making a fence once you have double clicked, or when you finish building it you actually have to remove it in its entirety, which is kind of a shame, but yeah, it works, I suppose. And there we go, 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 there we go. And then we want it on this side as well. That doesn't intersect with the road, so that's fine. Get that in here and get that in there. There we go. In terms of scenery, what I do want is a little bit more. Let's see, these guys, tree stumps. Those are seem pretty good. Maybe place them randomly in between, so we know that there was a forest here, but they fucking tear it down. And what else do we need? Do we need a well here? Well, maybe an old well, like a crude one, like this one. Seems pretty okay, like so. And I think that's going to be our combat zone for now. I don't really think we should add anything else, since most of these objects are just main things. Well, maybe we can add this. It's like can function like a crane or something. So let's just do it like so, and maybe do a crane like there. There we go. Right. So, then NPCs. We want monster zones. We want skeletons, obviously. And can we set them to level 2? No, we can't. That's a shame. Right, so let's fill this in. There we go. That's a little bit too wide, unfortunately. Maybe I can scale. Yes, with right click you can scale it off, so that's good. I'm gonna keep them in the area and not out. So there we go. We'll set the density to high, obviously. And then for the back area, I don't want them in there. But for the front, they can just get out a little bit. So players have to fight their way through. And then obviously we want an elite, which is a skeleton. So what I don't want to do is like place one here, place one here, just so they're wandering around a little bit. Players have to actually fight their way through. Let's place 2 guards there. And then ideally I really want to make the head a little bit bigger. But as you can see, I don't really. It's not really obvious where I can adjust that. So then what we want to do is just place a single dude here. We'll make him bigger. Can we? Oh, we can't. Okay. Right. Then obviously we would want a quest giver here. Not a trainer, but a quest giver. There we go. Let's place you there. Oh, wait. Let's place a scout. There we go. Quests. Call the skeletons. I don't want you to defeat the crocodiles. These are basically the same 2 quests. Select new destination. There we go. So now they have to actually kill him. And then we could then give them, since it's a bigger quest, we could give them 65 XP and 15 gold. There we go. That seems about right. And then what we can then do is, I think there was a quest giver here as well. Yes, quests. I want you to edit quests, change destination, and talk to this dude. But the rewards aren't going to be that big, so you guys are getting 2 gold for that and 10 XP. There we go. So now this guy will lead over there, and this guy will basically bring them here. We could maybe then set up some basic shops here. I think that would be good. So let's do a warlock shop. Maybe, well, I don't know, here. And then a potion shop here. And we don't really need the blacksmith. So we have the potion shop, the general shop, and that's going to be it for now. Let's create a path. I kind of don't want to... It always snaps, which is annoying. Because they're basically forcing me to construct a new road every time, which is kind of annoying. There we go. We should then maybe get some fences in here as well, just some crude ones. Don't want to make them too obvious. There we go. Nice. That's good. Could exit that way, but I don't really see why we should do that. Maybe get an inn here. Spooky inn. Not really fitting. Small. Let's get a small inn if we can actually fit it. Which is going to be very hard, obviously. Oh, we actually can, but it's tight. But it can be done. There we go. And then maybe just get some modulars in there. So buildings, modular. Take these houses, for example. This one, and this one. Let's adjust those. That, and that, and that, and that. There we go. Right, so let's move these. Let's see if we can get them in, because that's always the hardest part, obviously, of making sure that it actually fits. There we go, and that's the smallest one, so I think I can get you in here. Yes, we can. Very nice. Right, in terms of scenery, let's dress it up a little bit with some boxes left and right. There we go, more boxes here. Maybe some graves, so people who enter know that something has been happening here. Maybe add them on this side as well. There we go, and that's actually on top of each other again. Can we actually remove this? Or is it going to be that difficult? Oh, it's going to be that difficult. That's a shame. And that actually removed the wrong thing, but that will allow me to get these out, so that's fine. Right, so I think we chose this one. Yes, we did. Okay, there we go, and there we go. Nice. Okay, so that's a small little town. Now we might want to get an NPC trainer here. Let's first place a guard or two, like so, and then get an NPC trainer in for the paladin, the scout, and the warrior. And that should be very nice. Now we can upgrade again, and we can now do several things. So this is a very important upgrade that we have to pick. We're about to release version 2.0.0. So friends list, parties, flight pass, world history, badges, PvP tools, and caps. I think we should go for parties. This seems like the best thing to do. So let's go for parties. And then in terms of features, enable parties. There we go. So now they are able to party up together, and that should work. Obviously there's not a lot of subscribers, so we have to kind of watch out so we don't die. So it might be an idea to just let these guys sit, and then maybe design the next area, because we do have a lot of subscribers, but yeah, nobody is really coming in, which is basically costing us money. But we're going to do that in the next episode. For now, I want to thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy this episode of us designing the undead town as well as the small little outpost. If you did, then hopefully I can see you back in the next episode. Until then, have a great day. This is Phantom, out.